Hi there, I'm Icy, your lovable protagonist, who all the boys love. Because I am you when you play the game. But I am very kind and loving, and that's why everyone likes me. Now that's over and done with, hi, I'm Arwen Skinner, also known as Wolfgirl, the voice behind Icy in the spin-off series within Wizardess Heart. Now, to decide what kind of things and interesting things that are going on in my life to share with everyone, well, I do enjoy playing my violin, and I like to sing, so I'd say I'm quite a musical person. Oh yeah, musicals. I love musicals. I recently went to see the musical 6, so if you know that, awesome. And I'm also into cosplaying, so a lot of like artsy stuff really, because I like to draw as well, just to pass the time. And in terms of my voice acting, again, this is a hobby. It's not a job. It would be nice if it was, and I'm kind of working towards it. But at the moment, I don't really have a lot of experience. I've only really been doing it for about a year, so I'm trying to branch off into many different projects if I can, different types, so I can get a variety of things under my belt, I suppose, like many others, but it's because I enjoy it. I really do, and this project has been really fun to do. I really appreciate Dawn for allowing me to be part of this project. They've been great. And so this kind of leads me into the next section, I suppose, of how on earth did I find this project? I was just scrolling through Casting Call Club, really, and I noticed it, and I was like, oh, this looks interesting, because I've played similar games in the past, because, yeah, I'm a simp for hot anime men, you know? Who can blame me? I was like, oh, I'll audition for this, for the protagonist. She seems like a cool person. In terms of understanding the character in more depth, when I was cast, I wanted to make sure that I did a little bit more research into the game and everything, and the different characters that she'd possibly interact with. And obviously, well, actually, during the audition as well, when I looked at her, I was like, yeah, I feel like my speaking voice probably wouldn't suit her that much, so I changed it up a bit, and I went into an American voice, like this, and I increased my pitch, so she was more of a teenage girl. I don't know. I just thought it'd be more appropriate, and it just kind of fitted with what the director wanted as well, so yeah, I'm rambling on a bit, but I had to obviously change my voice, which wasn't a problem, but you might find a little twang of British in some of the things I say, because I just cannot for the life of me say many R's. Like if there's lots of R's in different words, I struggle so much. You'd be surprised how difficult the American accent can be, and obviously there's lots of denominations and whatever, so yeah, I just went for the generic. As a whole, I do like her character, Icy's character, but I suppose sometimes it's a bit of a facepalm moment when she says the most obvious thing. She's saying what she sees, and or she's pointing out the obvious, and you're just like, yeah, we kind of got that. But again, I suppose that's the whole point of the game, and it fills in dialogue. And sometimes you do think, what makes her so likable? Why do all the male characters like her? But again, that's the whole point of the game. Unfortunately, I can't really say that much about her, because it's not like the male characters or the other characters in the game who have more of a backstory, because it all depends on the reader, really, the player. So yeah, unfortunately, I can't really say that much about her. But if she was real, I think I might get along well with her, but if she had my voice, and sometimes it can be a little bit annoying maybe, and because it's so high-pitched, it's very different from what I'm used to when talking to others. Yeah, I think I get along fine with her. She just probably, I don't know, maybe she might get a little bit annoying over time, but yeah, I wouldn't know. I'm not sure about everyone else, but Yeah, those are my opinions. She's nice, but might get a little bit full on at times. And she also seems to be amused by literally everything she sees. That's another thing. Like, her reactions are like, oh my gosh! Wow, that's beautiful! And I'm like, wow, overreacting much. But, again, I think that's the whole point of the game. Otherwise, there wouldn't be any kind of interaction if she didn't react like that. But I suppose most of the moments that she has are very wholesome, and I do enjoy watching it play out, and I'm glad I get to voice those moments as well. I know I haven't really been on the scene for long in the voice acting industry, I've only been here for about a year. I think it would be nice just to kind of share some of my thoughts and advice to people who may be starting out. This is kind of an obvious one, but make sure you have a decent enough mic, because if you want to get a place, then, you know, a role, make sure you have a good mic, because that's what people are looking for. In terms of voice, perhaps starting out, see how you do with your own voice. Don't change it just yet, because that's quite difficult to do, because it takes a lot of practice. And with your own voice, make sure that you're delivering enough emotion. You may feel you're overplaying it a little bit, but sometimes just a little bit of overplay probably is better than underplaying it, because then it feels like there's no emotion in it. So, you know, if you're really angry, just yell. Don't worry about what anyone else thinks. If you have parents at home, maybe explain to them beforehand, that might help. But yeah, just go for it. Practice makes perfect, and obviously you're not going to be accepted for the first role you do. If you do, that's great, but don't think you're a failure if you don't get the role you want, because unfortunately that's just the way life is. You gotta toughen up your skin a little bit. So yeah, that was a brief advice from me. Going back to some of the characters, I suppose. In the other characters that I might like, there's quite a few, I suppose, but my favourite is Sigurd. His voice, not voice, his name is a little bit funny, but he seems the nicest, I think. I get the best vibes from him. And so when I was recording one of his things with Icy, I was like, yeah, I wouldn't mind being with him if he was real. Anyway, I'm rambling on. So I think it's probably best that I end it here, really, and I hope you've enjoyed learning a little bit more about me, the person behind Icy. So yeah, bye!